Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Patrick Leary. I'm a partner at MP, CPA, Moriarty and Premack, and also a member of the Chamber of Commerce for a number of years. In 1993, Rick Moriarty and Jay Premack started Moriarty and Premack, which is now MP CPAs. And if you didn't know Rick, he was somebody that was always giving to the community. He was a real business leader. And he would encourage people like myself, who was one of the first people that he hired, to give back to the community like he did. Again, people would reach out to Rick because he was always very busy. And if you want something done, you talk to somebody that's busy and they'll get it done for you. So he was just a phenomenal person. He became a very close friend of mine. 2004, Rick passed away from ocular cancer. So that, losing Rick was very hard on me. So the chamber was gracious enough to start the Richard J. Moriarty Citizen of the Year Award, and that award is given to annually to a group or a person that exemplifies Rick. Someone that gives of themselves to better the community, and for everything we've all been through this past year. Just a devastating year. We could think of nobody better than you frontline workers who truly gave it all. I mean, far and above what anyone could have ever asked of you. And so that's why we're presenting this award to Mercy Medical Center. You frontline workers that nobody could thank you enough for everything you've done for this community. It's really been phenomenal. So, congratulations.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
We sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Deborah Basoli, the president of Mercy Medical Center, and it truly is an honor and a privilege to be here today. I wanted to recognize the healthcare heroes, the direct caregivers that provided the outstanding care, especially in light of the pandemic. And as someone who worked 12 years frontline many, many years ago, it's such a sacrifice in terms of what people did, putting the care forward. I wanted to let you know that we have positively impacted the lives of so many people, brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, and I wanted to share with you, I got hundreds of letters from patients during the pandemic, but there was one particular one that I recently received from a dad, and I wanted to share what this particular person said about the nurse that took care of him. He said, "I wanted to let you know how grateful I am to have had you as my nurse while I was in the hospital. You were so considerate. You always made me feel confident I was in good hands. It was nice feeling assured that I'd be taken care of when I had needs. You never, ever made me feel like a burden. You have a great big heart for the work you do and for the people you help." That great big heart is what describes Mercy Medical Center. For any patient, family, anybody who comes through the front doors, we always try to go above and beyond. And this award today really recognizes the work of our direct caregivers. Even though they were presented with significant challenges, they figured out a way to overcome them. I also wanted to recognize one other person, the first responders that were out in the field. And that partnership with our direct caregivers is something that we want to really recognize, the work that they did taking care of people out in the field as they transported them to the hospital. So at the end of the day, this is about the front line. And with that, I want to continue the celebration by introducing Dr. Mark Kenton, our chief of our emergency department. Mark?
Great. I thank you, Debbie. And boy, this is a beautiful award. Thank you very much to the Chamber of Commerce for honoring truly our entire team with this prestigious award. A little over a year ago, life changed for all of us in so many different ways. And we faced a virus unlike anything that we've ever seen, unlike anything that we ever studied in our textbooks, And we truly had no idea what was coming our way. We saw a tidal wave hitting New York and had no idea what was coming here. We had to become creative. We got creative with where we would take care of these patients. We tried to put up a tent outside, and the first day that we used it, it snowed. And the second day that we used it, it rained. And we knew that that didn't get work, so that wasn't going to work, so we had to get creative in other ways. But it forced us to look at the entire system in a different way and how we could care for actual patients. The truth is, we all had a fear. We all had a fear of the unknown, and we faced that challenge of the unknown head on. We were labeled as heroes, which I always felt very uncomfortable with, because when in fact I felt that we all had the same anxieties as everybody else, and we were simply here to do a job that we were trained for. The truth is, we also had a true calling for why we entered this profession at that time. And one of my relatives actually sent me a message, and she said, she related this to my father and said that he'd be very proud of me. She said, "This is your father's Korea. This is your war that you're fighting." I'm proud of what we accomplished as a team. We saw team members change roles. We saw surgical PAs come to the emergency department, take on new roles, and family practice PAs come to the department, take on new roles. And everybody truly had a team approach for this. And while many lives were lost, many lives were saved as well. And for every life that was saved, there was a family member behind that life too. Everyone stood up to a challenge, took on new roles, suppressed their own anxieties in many cases, and together we are now moving forward. Schools have reopened, the umpires are once again yelling play ball, and vaccinations truly do work. And now I would like to introduce to you Lindsay Gamble, Mercy's Director of Nursing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kenton. Nurses are tireless frontline heroes, delivering expert care with a personal touch, and they don't always realize what a difference they make. There was a lot of uncertainty at the height of the pandemic, and nurses dealt with fear and frustration, but we came together as a team and supported one another. When it became clear we needed to expand the intensive care unit, our nurses rallied and came forward to cross-train in the ICU as staff. As hospital visitation rules changed, staff had to tell the families of seriously ill patients that they could no longer visit. The frustration nurses felt daily was immense, and they found always to be compassionate, even using technology, often their own, to help family members stay connected with everyone when everyone was feeling isolated. Watching patients become critically ill, despite all the efforts to preserve life, was very difficult for our staff. One nurse recalled how she held the hand of a patient who was dying, expressing to her how much her daughters loved her and they wished they could physically be there. She didn't want this woman to feel alone. Saying it was an honor and a privilege to be there for her patients in their final moments was everything she wanted to do. On behalf of all of our nurses, thank you for this very important award. Debbie?
So in closing, I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for recognizing Mercy Medical Center and our Mercy Medical Center family. It is an honor and a privilege to be recognized. And I want to thank the direct caregivers who every single day of the year help the patients, the families, the mothers, the fathers that walk through the doors here of this medical center. What we strive for every day is to provide a transforming, healing presence for every person that we take care of. Thank you for all you've done in the midst of the pandemic and for always going above and beyond in what you do every single day of the year. Thank you.